Welcome to the Prepper Homestead Workshop. Now, continuing with our videos about armor for preppers, I want to talk about flak jackets. Now, most of the time now, when people talk about body armor, they're talking about a plate carrier with either ceramic or steel plates in them. Flak jackets have been around since World War II when they were issued to air crews, and that's how they got their name, flak, you know, from the explosive shells fired at aircraft. Flak jackets are not bulletproof vests and don't need to be confused with bulletproof vests. This particular flak jacket is a PASGAT, Personal Armor System Ground Troops. And this was adopted by the U.S. military in around 1983, and it is kind of still in service. It's still in service in a slightly different configuration with the United States Navy. There's probably some guard units that still have it. If you hunt around, you can find some of these made in the UN powder puff blue. Flak jackets are still popular with journalists and people across the country, or the world, I mean, who are in conflict zones. But if you really look at where our modern wars have been going on the past few years, if you look at the Ukraine, Africa, look at Afghanistan, Syria, if you look, anybody who can get anything, puts it to use. So you still see flak jackets in quite a bit of use in conflict zones, in war zones. And like I said, it will not stop a rifle round. If somebody's firing at you with a rifle, this isn't going to stop it. These will, the PASGAT specifically, will stop 9mm. But they're not, probably not going to stop a lot more than that, especially at close range. But they will stop shell splinters, they will stop shrapnel, pieces of things. So they're pretty handy. And where these would come into use in the prepper world is if you're doing a bug out in a vehicle. You know, like I said, this won't stop a bullet, but a bullet that's been slowed down after passing through the body of a vehicle, this would help. Glass, shrapnel from the vehicle, if something like that's going on. And as ridiculous as that sounds, that's a possibility. If you're in a situation where you feel it's necessary to bug out, you're in a pretty shit situation to begin with. So every little bit helps. Now, this isn't the most modern flak jacket used by the United States. The Interceptor was the last big flak jacket. It's been replaced now by something else, but it got enormous. It had groin protectors and big shoulder pieces. You just became completely immobile in it, and I believe that's why it's being phased out. And in all reality, in the modern times that we're in now, the plate carriers are preferred. But you can still get something like a PASGAT vest. You can get an Interceptor as well for under $100. You can pick up a PASGAT all day long for $50, $60. You have to look. You're not going to be able to use eBay, but if you hunt around, you can find one $50 or $60, and it will stop a lot of threats. Specifically, like I said, if you're bugging out in a vehicle, you have to travel in a vehicle in an area where there's shooting going on. Now, this is not you're bugging out on foot type of something you would wear. But it is something that it never hurts to have something like this. Now, once again, as I stated in some of my earlier videos, you want to make sure you have, food, medical, water, ammunition, a rifle, and things like that taken care of first. But once you've got all of the basics taken care of, this is a force multiplier where you won't have to be as terrified because you have a little bit of protection. In 1996, they started adding adding to this body armor with a system where you can put in steel plates, ballistic plates, trauma plates over your vitals. The system ended up weighing even more. It already weighs close to 10 pounds. That added close to 17 pounds to it and got pretty ridiculous. So flak jackets, I mean, they are what they are. They're not bulletproof vests, but they do offer more protection than just your t-shirt. So keep that in mind. If you see one at a reasonable price, it wouldn't hurt to pick it up. It's a good starting point. And you know, if you, God forbid, you ever have to defend your homestead, it could save your life. If you ever have to bug out in a vehicle, it could save your life. And that's really all you can ask of body armor, helmets, things like that, is that they could save your life. So anyway, I hope you got something from this. If you have any questions, comments, what is your experience with flak jackets? What do you think about them? Do you think they have a place in the prepper world? Do you think Minutemen or Patriots, survivalists, do you think they need flak jackets? Or do you think it's just outdated? You know, just let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. All right, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something from it. If nothing else, I hope this got your mind working in a direction of protection. So anyway, y'all behave yourselves and be careful.